Okay, in investigation 2.1, the campers now are looking at where they're going to eat. And so they have large tables and they have small tables. They've decided to get pizza, so they're figuring out how many pizzas will they need. They decide that at a large table they can sit 10 campers and they're going to put 4 pizzas there. At the small tables, they seat 8 campers and they're going to put 3 pizzas there. And the question is, are they making sure that every camper is getting about the same amount of pizzas? So we're going to look at finding the unit rate, and we're going to look at finding it 2 ways, which we are going to continue doing throughout this investigation. Okay, so in the first one, I'm in the large table. I have 10 campers for every 4 pizzas. And if I want to find that unit rate for 1 pizza, I divide by 4, and I'm getting 2.5 campers. So that's 2.5 campers are going to share each 1 pizza. Okay, and if I do it the other way, because we said we're going to do it both ways, I'm going to find pizza per camper. Okay, so in this case, I'm going down to 1 camper, and I would divide by 10 and divide by 10, and I'm going to get 0.4. So if I do it that way, I can say that 0.4 pizzas for each 1 camper. Okay, so now I have that. I have how many campers are going to share 1 pizza, and I have how much of a pizza each camper is going to get. So now I'm going to move to the small table because I need to compare. So in the small table, and I'm going to do it in the same order, I have 8 campers for 3 pizzas. Okay, and so I'm going to go to 1 pizza. How many campers is that going to be? And so I'm going to divide. I'm dividing by 3, and then I'm going to divide 8 by 3, and on the top there I'm going to get 2.67 campers. All right, I'm going to now do the other ways that I did in the other one. So I have 3 pizzas for every 8 campers, okay? And so that would mean that 1 camper, okay, I'm going to be dividing by 8. So I'm going to do 3 divided by 8 because I do the top and the bottom, and they're going to get 0.375 pizzas per camper. Okay, so I'm writing that down. At the small table, you are having 2.67 campers sharing 1 pizza. Okay, and in the if I do it the other way, I can say that I'm going to get 0.375 pizzas for each camper. Okay, going right off the screen there. Okay, so if I look at this and I'm comparing, this is how I can use the unit rate. At the small table, I'm seeing more campers are sharing a pizza because 2.67 campers are sharing a pizza. At the large table, only 2.5 campers are sharing a pizza. So it looks like if I take that ratio, that they get more. Let's look at it the other way. In the large table, 0.4, 4/10 of a pizza goes to each camper. In the small table, less than 4/10 or 4/100, 4/10 of a pizza, because 0.375 is less than 0.4. So in both ratios, I can see that the large table they're getting just a little bit more pizza. Okay, but it's pretty close, but the large table is definitely getting more pizza. In B, which I don't have work here for, but I just want to talk about a little bit, I want to make it clear, and this is why there is B in this investigation. There is no subtracting or adding in proportional relationships. In proportional reasoning, everything is scaling up and down. I'm increasing and decreasing using multiplication and division. There's absolutely no adding and subtracting to decide if something is proportionally greater or proportionally less than. And that is the basic gist of B. So it's very important when I'm doing proportional reasoning, I'm only looking at increasing through multiplication or decreasing through division or decreasing by multiplying a fraction. So it's very clear that proportional reasoning is based on multiplication and its inverse operation of division. Okay, we're going to move on to C. C says, okay, so they got 160 campers. Well, I don't know, because in investigation 1, they had 240. So this session, they only have 160. So they're looking at how they're going to set this up. So they find the first, number 1 says, if everybody sits at the 8 tables, how many pizzas will they need? Well, first of all, I need to know how many tables I'm going to have. So if I have 160 campers and they're all sitting at small tables, I have eight campers at a table. I have 160 campers. I'm going to need 20 tables. And if I need 20 tables, I'm going to have to multiply that times 3 pizzas for each table, and I'm going to need 60 pizzas. So if I set them all at small tables, that's what I'm going to need. If I use the large tables, okay, I'm going to have the 160 campers, but I'm going to have 10 people at each table, so I only need 16 tables. And if I need 16 tables, I'm going to multiply that times the 4 pizzas at each table, and I'm going to get 64 pizzas. Okay, so that's 1 and 2, and that's basically straight calculation, just figuring that out. In 3, it says, well, I have some extra large tables, and at those extra large tables, I can sit 25 campers. So I'm thinking, if I have 25 campers, how many pizzas do I need to put at those tables? So I'm now going to make a proportion, and I'm going to use the large tables to begin with. So if I need 4 pizzas for 10 campers, how many pizzas would I need if I have 25 campers? So I'm scaling that up. I'm going from 10 to 25, which means I have to multiply by 2.5. And if I multiply the bottom by 2.5, I'm going to have to multiply the top by 2.5. And I multiply the top by 2.5. 4 times 2.5 is 10 pizzas. So I'm going to need 10 pizzas if that's that extra large table. Okay, so that's, that's kind of an easy thing. I'm just moving it up. I could have used 3 to 8, but I knew that multiplying by 10 would be an easier one, and it doesn't really say which one I have to use. Okay, so now it says if everyone sits at extra large tables, how many pizzas do I have to order? Well, let's see. 25 divided into 160, okay? How many tables do I need? That is going to be, it's not going to be an odd number, so I'm going to need, let's see, 25 into that 150 would be 6. So 6 times that is 150. I have 10 left, 6.4. Well, I can't have people sitting on the floor. So in this case, especially when we do things in real life, we're saying if we're seating people at tables, we need to make sure that we have enough people. So if I could look at this two ways. If I have 6.4 tables needed, I would bump that up to 7. So I would increase that to 7 tables. And if I have 7 tables and I need 10 pizzas for each table, I need 70 pizzas. Now, you might have done this. You might have said, well, if I have 10 pizzas for 6.4 tables, okay, then you need 64 pizzas. I will take either of those answers. But in real life, if we were setting this up at a camp and we were setting up that other extra large table, we would probably need those extra pizzas. But I think you could defend both answers. So that is 2.1, and most of that is all, how do I use unit rate to compare different kinds of situations so I can make decisions. Okay, good job.